Greetings. Thanks for tuning in and listening to Diva Speaks. Basically, this is a blog channel, shooting the breeze. I want to speak on growing up in manufactured design ghetto Detroit in the 60s and 50s. I was about 8 or 9, and I would visit my friend whose mother had a store on Warren and Brush. And we would sit out there and eat big boy potato chips and drink 12-cent bottle of pop, 10-cent bag of potato chip, and watch the hookers, hoes, and the pimps, and eat hot tamales. It was fun in the summertime. We were children. And what I remember about the hoes, how good they looked. There was a group out back then called the Marvelettes, and they wore their big wigs like the Supremes, and they dressed up. They looked good. And the hoes, they looked fabulous to me. They wore stockings back then and high heel shoes. They just looked good. And I said to myself, when I grow up, I want my legs to look just like that. And I did. I wore a lot of stockings and high heel shoes in my youth. But that was a fascinating part of the ghetto life that was manufactured and designed for us. Boxed in, depressed, oppressed, and suppressed, with liquor stores, and a little bit of drugs had been coming in. But oppression and suppression of the black family. And then when I got to be about 14, it was a big deal of hoeing on Linwood and Vicksburg. And the young teenagers, I remember they were talking about getting their young girlfriends who were 15 and 16 to go out there and hoe for them. This was in 67. So this has always been the mentality in the ghetto life. And it's not by accident, it's by design. So I want to speak on this YT channel called Soft White Underbelly. And it's loaded with victims of circumstances that just were born, took a breath. River babies. Born into addicted families. Families where the parents just didn't want them. Families where the parents were addicted to drugs and prostitution and pimping. And then these children end up in foster care home, and they're victimized again by the foster parents. This program talks about Figueroa Street in Los Angeles, Kensington Street in Philadelphia, Detroit. Everywhere there are homeless and prostitution and hoeing and tricking and all kind of ills going on with people. It's all by design. It comes from the ghetto life. These people, they are people and who have just been abandoned. But this show or this channel, this person named Mark, he's doing what the government should be doing. He's doing what he can. And it's just phenomenal. He did so many videos, and there's only a few that I look at. Well, I did a lot. I looked at all the African black women who are prostituting and strung out on drugs. Their minds is schizophrenic from the drugs because they were raped, raped, as children by their fathers, and the mother co-signed it, by their brothers, aunties, babysitters. A 4-year-old being penetrated anally by a grown man. And so they end up insane and walk in the street. And then those who drive by and laugh and make fun of them and criticize them, saying, oh, look at those peoples. But they are the one that come by in the wee hours of the night. All kind of peoples, all races, to be a trick. And these are the ones that live in the so-called decent neighborhood where they don't act like that. But they come and want golden showers. That's someone to urinate on them or to defecate in their mouth. Can you imagine that? That's what people want. Those that come from the good neighborhoods and drive by and condemn them. But the way they are, why can't it be fixed? All the money that is transpiring through this country, that's not important. The pain that a 4-year-old endures being penetrated by a grown man consistently every day and by their friends, you should hear the stories. I hope you can listen to some of it. I listen to the black women because those are my people, those who I relate to. I remember when Color Purple came out and I made a comment to my elder sister that I don't like this movie because we don't act like that. And she said, yes, we do. I did not know that. And I'm looking at all the black women, and all of them have been victimized by family members. They're real natural fathers. And then when they tell their mother, she sides with the father, knowing that it's happening. A lot of that went on in the black family. Why are we so messed up like this? Where did we get it from? But anyway, if I ruled the world, this would cease. This would not continue because right now, even right now while I'm speaking, a child is being penetrated by a grown man, 4 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old, 1 year old. And we're talking about everything. It's not important. These children that just woke up and took a breath, they think it's natural and normal for them to be that way. So they go out and start prostituting at 11 years old. Because if you're born into a situation like that, you think that's the way it's supposed to be. So they grow up not knowing what love is, not being able to receive it if it ever should come to them. And they have children just out of because it's a functioning thing of the body to reproduce. They're not having children because they want a family. They're having children because they got caught. And then these children are taken from them because the parent is addicted to drugs. And it's drug-induced schizophrenia. So then the system come and take the children and put them in a foster home, and they are victimized. And it's a vicious cycle going around and around and around. Children are born and taking a breath and born into all this pain and sorrow. It's past pain and sorrow. I just don't have the vocabulary to describe how it's not important. There are children being sodomized. You know how difficult it is for you to get a prostate exam, males and men. And even women too, when they do some type of rectal exam, just with the baby finger. It's unbearable. Now imagine a man or a male penetrating a child forcefully. Why isn't that important to this country and to the world? Why? Anyway, I'm going to put the link of if you like, I like shit like that. I want to be for real. I want to know that today is Valentine's Day. There is no love. This is not our holiday, black people. Get caught up in this capitalistic holiday. Candy. If you love someone, you love them every day, not just one day a year. So I'm going to leave the link below. Peace if you can find it. Thanks for tuning in and listening.